first thing is Balboa Stadium, just to the east of San Diego High, where the Chargers played, where there used to be 34,000 seats, and where on August 28th of 1965, the Beatles came to perform in San Diego. Lee Lewis was a photographer with Channel 10. It was a very big thing. There were concerns. Could there be trouble? What about the crowds? The Beatles were coming.
And they were on a United States tour, and they'd had some problems, I believe, in a concert in LA with the fans. It wasn't really a riot, but they'd had some problems. So the San Diego police geared up pretty well, and they brought a whole busload of police officers down to San Diego Stadium, to Balboa Stadium, for that event.
Weeks of anticipation and publicity, thousands of excited fans.
There were a lot of teenage girls there, lots of them, and they were screaming and running around, and they were all excited, and you can see that on the black and white film ahead of time.
Susan Barron remembers, yes, she was really excited, and she had an idea.
I wrote a letter to the mayor of San Diego, Frank Curran, at the time, and asked if I could give a key to the city to the Beatles when they came.
The mayor wrote back, said, "Come to my office, we'll give you a key and a press pass. You and 3 other girls get to meet the Beatles. Follow them around wherever they go and give them keys to the city of San Diego, okay." Now, meantime, Lee Lewis was getting a press pass too.
I believe it was a Saturday night, and they were going to have a press conference ahead of the actual concert.
Under the watchful eyes of police and security guards and concert promoters and public relations people, there they were, John, Paul, George, and Ringo, the Beatles, as photographed by Lee, whose job was to stand sort of in the back and shoot the general scene, and he wasn't alone.
This is my little camera that I used to take pictures at the press conference.
Susan also started snapping away pictures of the Beatles in San Diego that she took with her little Kodak 127 film flash camera. She doesn't remember what they talked about. Did they say this was a nice city to visit or a good place to play their music? She was just overwhelmed by the experience, feeling like she must be the luckiest 14-year-old in the world, especially when the news conference ended and she got to just spend some informal time with the Beatles.
John asked me to help tie his little shirt thing that he was wearing, and George was watching television, and just everyone was doing their own thing, and we were just, milling about, and I just kept telling myself, don't cry, don't say anything stupid, because I didn't want to get kicked out of I didn't want to break any rules and be asked to leave, so I was petrified.
Finally, it was time for the concert itself. The press wasn't supposed to bring cameras in, but...
Well, I had a small silent bell and howl camera that I stuck under my coat.
And from a distance in San Diego, in that August of 1965 in Balboa Stadium, there they are. On just a few seconds of film, the Beatles in town. Something in the scope of history that's really kind of rare. And afterward, the crowd did go a little crazy. They rushed at Susan, grabbing anything that had to do with the Beatles.
They took my press pass, they took a piece of chicken that Ringo had given me, which I was going to hold on to forever.
But when the concert was over and the Beatles left the venue, all these girls rushed out of the bleachers down to the grass, to the stadium grass, and they were pulling the grass out of the lawn where the Beatles had walked and were eating it.
There it is.
That's it.
And yes, Lee still has the camera he smuggled in under his coat in 1965. So shame on you for sneaking it. You shouldn't have ever done that, but boy, am I glad you did.
Me too. Me too.
As for Susan Barron, now that the Beatles have become these historic, almost mythical figures in music and popular culture, it's even more astonishing what she was able to do just because she had the strength of inspiration to write that letter.
People used to say to me that, you don't talk about it very much, and it was just because it was so surreal to me that I don't think I believed that I did what I did.
But she did, and he did, and all these years later now, they both have a pretty amazing story to tell about San Diego. How about that? If you want to see more stories about San Diego, all you have to do is click on that subscribe button, and then you will know when there are more stories about San Diego for you to see.